Okay, welcome back to Laser Podcast. I am Girl Laser. Wow, that's crazy. It's summertime, so I'm wearing my summer outfit. That's crazy. Anyways, I just had the craziest, not craziest, certainly a day of all time at work. And I need to talk about it. I need to talk about it, bro. So I'm doing this in one take because I don't want to spend the time to do one take. So hopefully this goes well. I really hope this goes well. I wrote out literally everything that happened today at work, because I need it. And it's so long. I'm scrolling on my phone. It's so long. But anyways, yeah. So I will be using code names, because of course I will. Anyways, so basically, real quick, what I do at work, right? So, wait, oh shit, oh, right, okay. Okay, so basically, like, one of the things I'm doing is called a penetration drawing, right? Um, so basically, so basically, so this is a pipe, right? This is a pipe, right? And this is the floor, right? Like the floor of a building, right? Or like this is in construction, right? So like if we want to, let's say, okay, so let's do replace 0 with like cobblestone, right? So there's a concrete slab that you like have at the floor of buildings, right? So like the floor is made of a concrete slab, right? And so let's say that you pour the concrete, it hardens, right? Wait, hold on, I have a okay. So you pour the concrete, right? You pour the concrete, right? And wow, it's so poured. God, this is so bad. Um, and then it hardens into concrete, right? Hard concrete, and then you try to move the pipe down, right? So you try to move the pipe down, but bonk, you can't do it. So that means you have to like core out a hole, and then that takes a lot of time and energy, and then that's bad, right? So then what we do instead is we instead have like what's called a deck can, which is basically like you put something here, right? Like it's a can, it's like a cylinder, and it looks exactly like this. It's also made of redstone. And then you fill up everything, right, with your concrete, because if you didn't know, concrete's like a liquid first, and then it gets hardened into like stone, right? So that's how concrete works, right? And then it hardens, and now there's an opening, and then you put the pipe through, which is a lot cheaper, right? And it's just better, right? And especially when you line it up at the right spot. God damn, whatever. You get the idea, right? So that's like one of the things, like in these penetration drawings, that's like one of the things that we do, right? There's also like wall penetration drawings. Like if you have like a wall, right? And you have to have a pipe that goes through it, right? Well, you need to have a penetration through the wall, right? So you have like some kind of like sleeve, right? Right, and then I can go through the wall, right? Like those kind of penetrations, right? That's what we're doing. So that's what we're doing, right? Okay, cool. Okay. So like this is kind of what we're doing. Like so you got a deck can, right? You got like a sleeve, right? And these are these tags, right? So what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to go in. These things are already here, kind of. Yeah, these things are already here. I go in, I apply tags to them and dimensions, but we mostly care about the tags, right? So a few days ago, right, we finished up. We did the entire building, right? All 4 miles. Just like we have a big building, right? So big, in fact, we had to split it up into 4 different models, right? And we're using like a 3D CAD software to model the whole building, right? Okay, so it's 4 different models, right? So 4 different models, like this one, like this model, this. Okay. There's 4 different models, right? Cool. It's not. I'm making such a big point out of this. Whatever. So, wait, hold on. So yeah, okay. We finished the drawings, right? We finished the drawings for all the models, right? A few days ago. Turns out the oh no, that's a nerd. The drawings we did had not good tags. The field wants to see more information, right? So this is the center line. This is like how high up it is. This is 14 feet off the ground, 14 feet 0 inches off the ground. And this is the size of the sleeve, 13 1/8 inches, right? Okay, cool, awesome. This is 10-inch diameter deck can. Sure, okay, whatever. They want to see more information than that, right? They want to know for the deck can how thick is this pipe that goes through it. like how thick is it? Is it like 4 blocks thick? Is it like 3 blocks thick diameter? You know, like they want to know that. Then so on and so forth, right? So they made new tags for us, right? I screen snipped this while we were in the meeting. So they want to see like the installation thickness, the pipe thickness, right, and so on, right? Cool, awesome. So we have to go back through and replace all the old tags. All the old tags with these new tags. Okay, cool, awesome. So that's our task. Our task is to go through the entire model and replace the old tags with the new tags. Cool. So now I will pull up my giant timeline of what happened today. Okay. All right, here we go. 6 minutes into the video. Finally going into it. 7:30 a.m. Right? We learn the tag is ready. Oh my god, yay! I get 3 teammates to help me, like three co-workers to help me. I'm gonna call them teammates, right? Cool. And then I'm gonna try to. Okay, we got 3 teammates to help me. Awesome, right? So I'm also working on a different job at the time, right? And so like I had to like finish some stuff up first with that. What the? Wait, what? Is this a thing? You just joined from that? Oh, that's sick. I had to finish some stuff up with that first, right? And I'm trying to do that while communicating with my teammates, like what we need, like what the task is, right? Like explaining, like, okay, so we have these 4 models, you need these work sets on, yeah. You don't care. Why are they all ghosted? Why are they all ghosted? Anyways, I had to do that while like figuring out some other shit. Because okay, so the job I'm doing, right? There's like these like levels to the building, like floors to the building, right? And they had a level called like level 6. Cool. Okay, they had a level called they had a level called roof, right? They also had a level called level 6 penthouse roof. They also had a level. No, sorry. This was level 6 penthouse. And this is level 6 penthouse roof, and there's another level called roof. But roof is actually supposed to be level 6, and we don't care about penthouse. We don't care about that. So we actually just have level 6 and level 6. It's penthouse roof. Like we had to figure that out. Like it's just as confusing as I made it out to be. And other random shit. So I'm communicating with them for like, and this goes on for a freaking hour. So like it goes on until like 8:30, right? And I'm trying to do that while also tell my teammates like what to do and stuff, right? Okay, so that's the first hour and a half of my morning, right? Okay, I'm also opening the model for the building because again, so there's 4 models, right? I divvy us up. I have 3 teammates and myself, so there's 4 of us, right? Each of us gets a model. That makes sense, right? Because again, this building is made up of 4 different models. I'm opening my model. So these models typically take a while to open, like 10 minutes or so. My model is taking forever to open, and that's probably because I have these things called work sets. I have multiple of them, like, that I've never turned on. I'm turning them on for some reason, because I'm stupid or something, and, like, so that makes me have to download the new links from the cloud. Don't worry about it. Basically, it's taking a lot longer than it normally does, right? So my teammates, they're getting their models open, right? And they're like, you know, they're getting in there, and they're importing the new tag, right? And they're like, huh, it's not really working. This tag ain't working. And, you know, I'm like, okay, my model is still opening. I'm just sitting here. Let me try to troubleshoot what's going on, right? So I'm asking them these questions like, okay, like, yeah, so I'm like, okay, are you sure you loaded the family? Like, the new family. Okay, right. Sorry. Are you sure that you loaded the new tag, right? Into the model? Yes. Can you try, like, tagging instead of the sleeve? Try a deck can. And then she's like, yeah, like, no, it's also not working. And then, you know, I'm like, can you, like, edit the tag? So, like, open the editor for the tag and see, like, you know, are these text labels in there? Yeah, right? I'm trying to troubleshoot, like, through Google Chat, right? And it's not working out, right? Finally, 15 minutes later, I finally get my model open. I start digging around. It takes 20 seconds or so for me to figure out, oh, yeah, no. So, like, okay, so I figured out the issue. The issue is this. So I placed the tag, right? And normally how tags are supposed to work is that when you press the tag button, right, and you hover over a pipe to tag it, it'll like auto-populate, right? So like if you hover over a pipe, it'll say, okay, the pipe is this diameter and it's this high off the ground, right? That's normally what it's supposed to do. Like automatically just fill it in for you. What this tag is doing is it does that for the like diameter and the height, but it doesn't do that for the new stuff, which is like how big the pipe that goes through it is or whatever, right? But if you place the tag and then double click it, you can edit the values yourself manually. I don't think it's supposed to be manually done, bro. So I'm like, okay, is it supposed to like, is this a manual thing? Because like, you know, I wasn't given too much information about how this tag works or whatever, right? I was like, okay, let me double check if it is like supposed to be a manual thing. So I'm like, okay, let me ask my boss if it's ready, or like, or no, sorry, if it's actually supposed to be manual, right? So I'm going through my emails real quick, right? And I notice my boss has sent out an email to like the higher bosses saying, okay, we got the new tag, we're gonna get started. Cool, right? Because we told them like, okay, yeah, here's the drawings for right now, but we have a new tag coming, and we're gonna like, you know, so she basically told the bosses like, yeah, we're gonna get started. Cool. So I'm like, okay, well, that's great. She's gonna have to tell them like, or like something's gonna be up, right? Like, okay, noted. Anyways, so I tell my boss like, okay, so here's what's happening. Is this supposed to be a manual thing, or is this supposed to be like automatic? Because if it's supposed to be automatic, like, you know, it's not working. And if it's supposed to be manual, like, how are we supposed to? Because we have to manually set the values, but we have to know what values to set them to. I don't know what the hell the pipe diameter that's going through it is. Like, I don't know what these values are, like what we're supposed to put in. How are we supposed to like know the values, right? So I'm like, okay, how do we do this, right? She says, okay, talk to Brian, right? Okay, I'll talk to Brian. Brian's the guy who made the tag. Cool. I tell, this is 9:30 a.m. now. I tell Brian about the issue, and I asked him, yeah, okay, so like, are we supposed to set the values manually ourselves? And if so, like, how are we supposed to know what the values are? He replied pretty quickly. He says, okay, so first off, I didn't know that you had the tag yet. Like, I wasn't under the impression that you were like supposed to have the tag yet, because we didn't tell you. And it turns out that one of my bosses just kind of found the tag and assumed it was ready to go and told us it's ready to go. And then, you know, my other boss was like, sent out the email saying, all right, we're going to get started. So that's cool. So we were just wrong about that. The reason why it's not ready yet, so the tag itself is ready, but there's a script that goes with the tag that will look at the pipes or whatever and set the data automatically, right? That's the idea. So it's a tag and a script. The script isn't ready yet. The tag is ready, the script isn't ready yet. Awesome. So I asked when the script will be ready, right? I asked when the script will be ready, and you want to know what the response is? You want to know what the response is? Let me show you the fucking responses. This is the fucking response. This is what he said. This is deadass the exact same GIF he sent me. I was like, what? He follows it up with, lol, I don't know, maybe a few days. Let me check in, right? That's great. You know what? That's great, dude. So okay, I go back to my bosses, right? I tell them, so we jumped the gun. Script isn't ready yet. There's a script. Yeah, by the way, there's a script, and it's not ready yet. And I was like, we could, I guess, input the data manually. Boss says, all right, let's do it manually. To be fair, I think we're behind the deadline, but like you know, like there's a pressure, and you know, sure, fine. Oh, right. By the way, like I don't know what like. It's easy to point fingers and be like, oh wow, they're like so bad at their job. Like, oh wow, they're so lazy. Why did he send that gift? Oh, okay, the gift thing. I don't know why he sent that gift. That's crazy to me. I was like, what the fuck? Like, we send gifts, but like that was like goddamn. Like I don't know how busy they are. I assume these are like, you know, these are like bosses, like these are like pretty important people in the company. I think they're pretty busy, right? So I give them the benefit of the doubt a little bit, right? Again, the gift thing is kind of fucking crazy, but like like them taking a while to react and like respond, that's like an expected thing. It sucks. It really sucks. I really would rather that like they didn't take forever to respond, but that might just be how it is, right? Okay, I'm doing manual cam. I get to move my mouse when I talk. Okay, practice for VCL. Yeah. while reading from my phone. Maybe, okay, hold on. Okay, yeah, so, boss says, she says, do it manually. All right, guys, I guess we're doing it manually, I tell my teammates. All right. So I start looking at the pipes, right? Or like the deck cans and like the penetrations and stuff. I'm like, all right, so how do we figure out what we need to set the values for the tags to, right? So Revit is the program we're using, and that's like the 3D modeling software, right? And basically how it works is like you can have like a pipe and it has a bunch of things called parameters, right? Like parameters. And those can be things like what material is it made out of, how long is it, how high up is it, right? So like you can have like a bunch of different like data like parameters and values, right? Turns out there's at least 100, dude, in these fucking pipes, and like some of them are like the same thing. There's like size, like the name of my company _size. There's like true size, whatever, right? And then there's like, sorry, there's like diameter, size, company _size, so on and so on, right? So I'm trying to figure out which one we should use. I'm looking at the tag, right? The tags also have parameters, right? Like there's a parameter for like what should, like this say, right? Or whatever, right? The name of the parameter is like something like size of something size OD. OD to me stands for outer diameter, so the outside diameter of the pipe. Do I have it? Hold on. Okay, here we go. Let me. Oh yeah. Link everything. So it's the outer diameter of the pipe, right? Pipe size, OD, right? So I'm looking at the pipe, right? And I see, okay, there's an outer diameter dimension thing, 3.5 inches, right? Cool, awesome. There's also, like, everywhere else says 3. There's a product entry, 3 inches, right? There's like, it's hard to see right here, but like inside diameter, 3 inches, right? Size, 3 inches. So everything is saying 3 inches except for the outer diameter, right? When you tag the pipes with like the other tags that we use for like things called shop drawings, right? Which is what I've been mainly doing up till now. When you tag the pipes, the tag will read 3 inches. It will not read 3.5 inches. It'll read 3 inches, right? So everyone is calling this pipe a 3-inch pipe, except for this little fucking parameter, which is outside diameter. Which this, I'm like, oh, this means OD. Okay, so, what do you do in this situation? Do you just go with outside diameter? Or do you go with everything else? I don't know. And I have a few other questions, right? Like, I couldn't find, for instance, you need to find the insulation thickness. I don't know how to find that. I looked through everything. There was nothing. I'm like, I don't know. And I know most of these pipes aren't insulated, but like, and it's like, okay, well, if they aren't insulated, do we like still show the like, do we say 0 or do we just leave it blank, right? And like, I'm like, I have too many questions. So I go to Brian again, right? Okay. This is 30 minutes later. So I start trying to figure this out at 9:55 a.m. I sit there thinking for 30 minutes and finally ask Brian, right? And so if you know me, like as a track builder, you might know, like, I take forever when track building because I think about everything. I think super far into things. I have the same issue at work. Like, it's bad, bro. That's what I'm learning. Anyways, so 30 minutes go by. I asked Brian, hey, like, okay, how do you find the thickness of the insulation? What happens if there is no insulation? Do we like leave it blank? What do we use for pipe size? This is the exact image I sent him, except I didn't screw this up. This is the exact image I sent him, right? I was like, do we use 3 or 3.5, right? I figure, okay, he's probably busy. You know, like a few minutes go by. I see he hasn't read the message yet. I figure, okay, he's probably just busy. You know, I'll go ahead and work on stuff because I could also like. One thing that I could do, hold on. Some of these dimensions aren't really good because like some of these like 5'11", 3/8 cover the wall sometimes, right? And like some of these tags cover the wall. We don't want to cover the wall, so I was like, okay, I can like go through all the sheets and like make sure that like I'm not covering any walls or whatever, right? That's something I was like intending to do anyway. So like, I have stuff I can do while waiting, right? Okay, cool. Let me start doing that. 2 hours go by. Sorry, no, not 2 hours. Over 2 hours go by. And he finally responds, bro. You wanna know what he says? And I quote, click on the tag and input the data from there. It's the nominal pipe data and nominal insulation thickness. What? Like, okay. I'm like, so I know what like nominal mean. Like, no, I don't know what nominal mean. I've heard it while at engineering school, right? Okay, let me look up nominal pipe size. This is what I see for nominal pipe size. Oh, I clicked it. Okay. Oh, open image in new tab. Okay. So whatever. Okay. So I don't know what the hell this means. So there's outer diameter and inner. Okay, it's in the middle, but it's not in the middle. So it's only in the middle if it's between an 1/8 to 12. But if it's 14 and above, it's out. What happens if it's 13? What? And then okay, well, most of the pipes are like here, but like, how do I find this? And then where's inside or outside? What? And then the thickness. He didn't answer me. What if there's no what if there's no insulation thickness? What do we? He didn't. He just said, oh, use the nominal fucking insulation. So I'm dying, right? And so I spent 8 minutes trying to digest what the hell he just said and what I should do from there. I got nothing, bro. I'm sitting there dying for 8 minutes. Finally, I'm like, all right. I reached out to my teammates. Hey, do you guys think I should keep pushing? Right? Because it's been 2 hours, and I know this guy is a busy guy, right? I'm like, do you think I should keep pushing? Because yeah. And then they're like, a few minutes go by. Yeah, you should keep pushing. We don't really understand. Okay, thank God it's not just me, bro. Thank goodness it's not just me. Bro, okay. I draw out that image. No, this image. I drew this out at the second time I asked, right? Okay, you have the inside, which is 3. Everywhere says 3. This is 3.5. It's the outside diameter. OD, right? Okay. Brian, which do we use? Pause. Wait, pause. Okay, sorry. Somewhere in those 2 hours, I also asked one of my bosses, hey, who even asked us to get these new tags, right? Like in the first place, who asked us to use these new tags, right? Finally, at 1:06 p.m. Okay, so I asked Brian with this new image the second time at 1 p.m. 1:05 p.m., my boss gets back to me. So the people who asked for the new tag are these big high up bosses. Okay, I say high up. I don't know how high up, but they oversee the entire department. Oh, okay. Sure, got it. Thanks. And she also sends a snippet of the email of the higher up, the big boys asking for the new tag. It is informational. It kind of does answer one of my questions. It answers the insulation one a bit, right? So that's cool. Insane quick race, by the way. Holy shit. So that's great. That's actually helpful. Thanks. She also says, this is also coming from the project manager. Big boy, insert the name of the guy who requested the tag. They are still having discussions about it and how it will affect other deliverables for this project. So direction on this tag may change in the future. So basically, this isn't even final. The tag could the freaking tag can change, right? Awesome. Okay, sure, fine. But I'm recording this day of this happening. We haven't heard from this yet. This is a could happen in days or weeks thing. I have no idea how this is gonna turn out. Anyways, okay. Back to the present. Okay, 1:16 p.m. I make a group. I'm getting tired of this shit, bro. It has been okay. I start work at 7 a.m. It is now 1:15 p.m. I had my lunch break, my 1 hour lunch break. But it's been like 4 or 5 work hours, bro. And I have just sat here trying to communicate and figure out what the hell we're supposed to do. I dragged the 2 bigwigs into a group chat with me and the other teammates. And I'm like, alright, I showed them this. Which one do we use? 1 minute later. Literally only took 1 minute. They said inside diameter. I'm freaking out. What the fuck do you mean it's on it? It's an outside diameter here. What are we doing? Why are we, what? And then, I'm freaking out, bro. I'm freaking out. Why? Like, what the fuck? Anyways, so cool. Question answered, I guess. I don't agree with it. It says OD. I can't zoom in anymore. It says OD. But whatever, man. It's the big man. Big man said big. Whatever you say, bro. All right, fine. We're doing it. Cool. All right, we're going. Okay. The questions have been answered. We can start tagging, right? Cool. Let's start tagging. I find an issue with the tags. So like. Basically, there's like spaces, like. Okay, hold on. Let me say hi, YouTube.
Down, old timer.
Say hi, YouTube. I'm recording video about how my day went at work, and it's going great. Anyways, I'm going back to it. Bye, Jolly. Okay. So these new tags, right? You can see like 2-inch pipe. There's no space between the inch and the pipe, right? Why? What are we doing? Okay. So I bring it up with my boss, right? I'm like, hey, can I change this in the cloud, the drive, right? So like, can I fix the tag and re-upload it to the drive? She says, no. I mean, you don't have permissions to do that. Like even if you want, like even if I was okay with it, like you don't have like the permissions to do it, right? So you can't. But you can update it in all 4 models, and yeah. So I'm like, all right, sure. And then she's like, okay, also make sure that all the teammates do it the exact same way. So that's like, uniform between the models. This is fair. I was like, okay, all right, salute, 07, let's do it. And I proceed to spend 10 minutes making a super fucking baby mode hand-holding tutorial on how to update the tags such that there's a space in between the inches and insulation and pipe. Awesome, right? 10 minutes go by. Cool. 30 minutes later. Hold on, I need to remember what I did. Okay, yeah. So 30 minutes later, I find another problem. A few days ago, this happened today. A few days ago, I found an issue where there was like a tag was. I'm not gonna get into it. A tag was wrong. Like a tag was showing something it wasn't supposed to show. So I modified the tag family, right, so that it wouldn't show it. We'd imported this new tag to the model, which overwrote that fix I did. So now I am like, alright, fuck that 10-minute long tutorial thing. I'm just going to record a video. By the way, I have OBS installed on my freaking laptop. And apparently I'm not the only one. Apparently there's like a few people at least at work have OBS on the computer. Which is, I'm like, shit, alright, cool. I know how to use this. That's awesome. So I recorded a video, right? 2-minute video. Much faster than 10 minutes. And that's it out, right? Cool. So now this is 2 tutorials I've done. 2 tutorials I've done on how to modify the tag. That should already have been finished, like fixed. But that's cool. That's cool. That's so cool. That's so cool. That's so cool. Anyways, while I'm recording the video, Brian finally gets back to me about, oh yeah, by the way, you should be using the inner diameter. Always inner diameter. Thanks, Brian. While he says, right after that, he's like, oh yeah, so I made an updated tag. And it's uploaded to the cloud. Cool. Awesome. You wanna know what he did? The only thing he did, he removed the OD. That's all he did. He just removed the OD. This caused so many issues. Okay, cool. So my main issue with this was like, okay, this is OD, and why are we using the inner? Okay, fine. That gets cleared up. Sure, whatever. But that means now that we have to download the new tag and apply both fixes that I made tutorials for to the new tag as well. So, so you have to redo the two fixes, right? Awesome. That's great, right? Okay. By the way, this is still all happening. Like this video is going on for 30 minutes. This is all one day. We are at 2 p.m. on a Thursday. Okay. Awesome. So I'm like, okay, cool, Brent. That's cool. That's cool, Brian. Can you like I bring up the spaces issue. I'm like, hey, can you fix the spaces issue? He's like, it only took him 5 minutes. He's like, done. Awesome. That's great. Okay. New tag to download. Awesome. Let's download the new tag, right? 2:06 p.m. I figure out that this new tag does not let us input the data. It just fucking does. You want what's crazy is that, okay, first off, what's crazy is that my teammate figured it out 0.5 seconds after I did. Or like, it might have been before. Like, I got a chat message, and then 0.5 seconds, without even reading the message, like, try to fix the tag and modify it, and I couldn't modify it. I'm like, bruh. I know the issue immediately. I did ask, know the issue immediately. This thing does not match the name of the parameter in here, right? It's not on this picture, but it doesn't match. So this, he removed the OD, but in the pipe, it still has the OD, which means that they aren't linked anymore, which means that we can't change the value in here via the tag. And if we change it in here, it won't be reflected on the tag. So the tag is, what should I do to this? And it's like, what the? Okay. I'm so pissed. I'm so over this shit, dude. I'm so over this. All day it's been stupid as hell. 2:15 p.m. I tell Brian about this, right? And he says, okay, there's this button in Revit, the program. Press the button. It'll fix the parameter name of the pipe. Cool. I've pressed this button maybe twice ever before, right? Okay. Awesome. So I'm trying to find the button for 5 minutes. I can't find it, bro. There's so many buttons like everywhere. I can't find the button. Finally, I'm just like, all right, teammates. Hey, do any of you remember where the freaking button is? And then, like, you know, a minute goes by. Some people start typing. Cause, like, Discord, you can, like, see when people type, right? This is a similar thing. We use Google Chat. We use that for, like, texting, basically. You can see when I type. You know, I'm still looking around. I find the button, and then literally, again, I kid you not, literally 0.5 seconds later, I get the chat message from my teammate saying where to find it. It happened twice. It had, like buzzer beater fucking Google Chats happened twice. Of course. Everything going wrong today. Of course it fucking has to be that, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking milk the maximum amount of time until they respond to find the button. Of course, obviously, duh. So that happens. I find the button, right? Teammate, she says, okay, I pressed the button, but it didn't work. Uh-oh. Of course it doesn't fucking work. Of course it doesn't fucking work. So then I tried pressing the button and it worked. You know, like her error message said, "Oh, could not import this like Mixtube parameter." Right. Okay. I pressed the button. It says the Mixtube parameter has been successfully imported. Awesome. That's great. That's not what we want. I press the button again. Mixtube parameter has already been imported. Cool, man, but like that's not what we want. I try modifying the tag. It doesn't modify. It doesn't pick anything. And it's like, bro, I'm tired of this shit. So I told Brian, I told Brian, like, okay, the button doesn't work. It didn't do shit. And like, he's like, okay, use the other version, lol. He means other versions of the tag. Great. All right, let's just go back to the old tag that didn't remove OD and won't be confusing at all, right? Let's just go back to that. How did we go back to that? We didn't save a backup. He just overwrote the file to the cloud, right? Okay, and he didn't save a backup. How did we do this? He says, okay, so if you go into File Explorer, there's like a previous versions thing. Let me dig it up. So this is like previous versions thing, right? It's like you like open up like properties, previous versions, right? And normally, like, you know, when you have like different versions of the file, you know, it'll list the previous versions. You know, you click one, you click restore, right? Oh yeah, do it from that. Okay, it takes me a few minutes because I've never done this before. I didn't even know this existed before today. It takes me a little bit to find this, right? Okay, I find it. The latest version was like from yesterday, right? And the yesterday version is like the one we started out today with, right? So like it's basically like version 1 of the new tag, right? So it doesn't have any of the fixes or anything, obviously, right? Why would it? And I'm like, okay. I asked my teammates, hey, do any of you have like a more up-to-date version, right? And you know, a few minutes go by. One of them is like, yeah, how do you even like find the previous versions? And I have to show them how, you know. And then they basically just say like, no. like one of them has the most like the same version as me. One of them just doesn't have any, like it looks like this. And then one of them didn't respond. So I'm like, fuck it. We'll use mine. Whatever. Let's just use mine. We'll revert back. I try pressing the button. You want to guess what happened? You don't have permissions. You don't have permissions. Of course you didn't. We learned this. I was like, oh yeah. Like I was like, oh yeah. Like I had a feeling, you know, like going into it, when I asked my boss, like, hey, can I like update the tag and like update it in the cloud or whatever, like Drive? She's like, no, you don't have permissions. Like I knew, but like. I got to the previous I got to like the, you know, like previous versions dialogue and it showed like restore, right? So I was like, oh, like it'll probably work. I tried it. Yeah, no, just no permissions. Awesome. It's now 2:30 p.m. right? So I get out of work at 4, right? It's now 2:30 p.m. I'm losing my shit. Not really. At some point, it just made me fucking laugh. Like I was laughing just a lot, right? Like it just becomes funny at some point. That like you spend like fucking 6 or however many hours, you know, like just fucking like the sheets, like they're almost the exact same as the start of the day. The sheets haven't changed, like maybe a little bit, but like pretty much nothing, bro. Like it's been 6 hours of trying to talk to Brian. So, anyways, I tell Brian, yeah, I don't have permissions, and he's gone for the day. His day is over. He leaves at 2. It's over. So that's it. I can't do shit. We can't change the parameters manually. We can't do anything. So it's just another hour and a half of just. I guess I'll just like move the dimensions around or whatever. Okay, I'll be real. I just wrote the entire like timeline and like I just logged in because I knew I was making this video. I was like, bro, like near the end, I was like, bro, I gotta make a video. Like, so I just started writing everything that happened that day, right? So I kind of did that for like most of the rest of the time. Not that I could have done much anyway, otherwise. So because like. I can't modify the tags. I could move the dimensions around a little bit, but like the thing is, the tags are so much bigger. Like the old tags, like 2 lines. The new tags, like 4 lines. Like I'd have to like move dimensions because like some dimensions, like this can might be like inside this little pocket. And if you make it the tag bigger, then you have to move this dimension up, and then like you know, so like it maybe like my time would have been like. Maybe 30% efficiency, maybe so yeah, no, so that was my day. How long is this? This is a 40-minute long video. Goddamn. I hope you enjoyed. I certainly did. Yeah, that's about all I got. hopefully tomorrow goes better. Oh, right. By the way, tomorrow's Juneteenth, which is a U.S. holiday, which is like celebrating the abolishment of slavery, basically. Um, it's a little more specific than that, I think, but that's basic premise, I think. And Brian might not be in the office. I have to still be in the office because like there's like a group like there's the group called the detailers, which is not me, and then there's like the BIM team, which is me. Detailers, like, they're unions and they're like they work different hours. They get off at 2, they start at like 5 or something. I don't know. It's fucking crazy. Like, it's crazy, bro. Brian might be one of those detailers. I don't know. I clicked his profile. It doesn't say detailer. It's a supervisor. But like I don't fucking know. I don't know. So he might not even be in tomorrow because detailers get Juneteenth off. BIM team does not. So I might just go all of tomorrow, just not being able to do shit. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. I do have the other project I could work on, but like, I mean, this this thing was like supposed to be like an ASAP thing. Like, you know, like, you need to get this done, right? So I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyways, all right. I think that's about all I got. This is not how most days go. Most days I'm actually productive. Like, I actually do stuff, but like today was really bad. Today was not good at all. All right. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. See you. Bye. 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 Bye.